Hello children, it is me, McGrouch, and Arrowhead has decided to give us a gift for Liberty Day. It's old, crusty, and surprisingly sharp. No, it's not that box of needles. Nope, it's not King Charles II's Habsburg Chinny Chin Chin. It's this, the R2124 Constitution, or as I like to call it, the Springfield
in space!
A perfect companion to the Glock in space and the Barrett 50 cal in space. Boy, do we have quite the weapon to look at today. The third marksman rifle we have gotten, and yet it is the first one that I think really qualifies for that name. The other two rifles that we have give you the abilities of a marksman, but this one forces you to become a marksman, because it does not have a scope. Indeed, its overall sight picture is absolutely tiny. But that's what this weapon is all about, bringing you the problems of the past today. But just because this gun is older doesn't mean it doesn't do as much damage. The fact it does less damage is completely independent of age. Yes, upon first glance when this gun is in your inventory, you may fail to see what makes this weapon appealing. It does less damage and has a lower fire rate than the other two marksman rifles. But once you get in the game, you realize that you also have to reload the bullets one at a time. But it has medium pen, which one of the other guns also has. Yeah, when you first get this gun in your hands, your most immediate thought is going to be, oh okay, it's a joke gun. For a joke. That is until you remember that this gun has a bayonet, and it is only kinda for show. This is the closest thing that Arrowhead has given us to a melee weapon. Finally, I can meet the bugs on equal footing, as long as they only fight me one-on-one. When it comes to faction-specific matchups, I would have to say that this gun is a lot better against bugs than it is against bots. When you only have 5 shots to your name, it's a lot more convenient to be fighting an enemy that cannot adjust their fire mid-shot. To be clear, this gun is not ineffective, it just isn't good. It does the same thing as every other gun, but much slower. Listen, the fact that you have to load bullets one at a time is not a downside. No, it's a shelling point. I mean, why else would they put it as one of the 2 bullet points? God knows that bullets are precious. I mean, you only got 99 of them. So why am I taking it? Because it's fun. The satisfaction one gets from putting a shot into a Devastator skull is second to none. I don't know quite how to explain it, but maybe I can display it. Headshot with a normal marksman rifle. Headshot with the Constitution. See, I didn't even add that music. It just comes with the gun. But now let's return to the main point of this weapon, the point on this weapon, which does less damage than actually firing this weapon unless you equip the melee buffing armor, in which case the bayonet only does slightly less damage than actually firing the weapon. But you are not going to be bayonet charging with this gun because it's the smart thing to do. You're going to be doing it because it is what the music demands. It thirsts for blood to be spilt on the blade, and until Arrowhead starts running out of new weapon ideas in about 6 months and finally gives us some real melee options, this and the mech stomp are kind of all we have to work with. And you know, it's not awful. You can one-tap most small enemies if you hit them in the right spot, but normally you're not going to. When you're taking out enemies, it's going to feel a lot less like Vermintide and a lot more like Dark Souls. But with enough determination, there is no enemy that you cannot fell, except for the enemies you cannot fell, but there's only like 2 of those, and also the flying ones. So yeah, that's the Liberator. It's a marksman rifle for the true marksman among us, and it is thus far the only weapon that allows me to die like my earthbound ancestors, painfully and while trying to stab a refrigerator. Bye.
Subscribe to me, coach. 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 Subscribe.